No one has time to wait on hold for 4 hours to save $10. And so that's a good job for AI.
Second, before you wreck it, what's up, geeks? I'm Kirk, and this is really cool. This is a cool video because when you think of AI, we talk about it all the time. It can generate images, it can generate lists, it can generate writings. What if it could do more for us? And that was the idea from Josh Browder. He is the one that created something called Do Not Pay. It's a service where they use AI to find you savings in your bills, to cancel subscriptions that you want to cancel easily. Whereas, oftentimes you try to cancel a subscription, it can take 25, 30 minutes. AI will do it for you. So I had a lot of questions about how this works. Does it actually work? And what happens when the companies start to fight back against the AI? And also, many times when I'm chatting online with a company, I'm actually chatting with AI. So will their AI chat with the company's AI? So here's my conversation, very interesting, with the CEO of Do Not Pay, Josh Browder.
So Do Not Pay uses AI to help people get out of parking tickets, fight their bills, cancel subscriptions. And the idea is we have such powerful technology, but it's typically used by big companies and governments to rip people off. So we're fighting with fire and allowing people to fight back.
And so how does it do that? Does it chat for me? Does it make phone calls for me? How does it do that for me? Because normally that involves a pretty lengthy process if I try to do that myself.
So no one has time to wait on hold for 4 hours to save $10. And so that's a good job for AI. So one thing it will do is it will log into your utility bill account, like Comcast account, and start chatting with the agent to lower your bill. And it will use all of the available data, such as past internet outages and how long you've been a customer, to make the best case for you. And it will keep chatting and chatting until we've seen success. And what's interesting is that we're using AI and the big companies are using AI, and the two AIs are chatting with each other sometimes to even negotiate a bill.
That was going to be my question, because oftentimes I know I'm not talking to a human. So sometimes it will actually be interacting with other AI. Does it try to get past that, or does that other AI sometimes offer bill reductions and things like that?
We're more motivated than the big companies, so our AI often wins. And what's really exciting is that even if a negotiation fails, the AI doesn't give up. It doesn't have to sleep. It doesn't have to go to work. And so it can just keep trying a new negotiation and a new chat over and over again.
Interesting. Because oftentimes what happens to me is I just get fed up and I close the browser. I just can't deal with it anymore. So time is an issue, right? And you guys realize that time is an element that most humans don't want to give too much of that to something like $10 off a month.
Yeah, and these big companies know that no one has time to jump through these hoops, and that's how they make money. They make hundreds of millions or billions of dollars because people don't have time to cancel their subscription or negotiate their bill. And so it's a good job for software.
But they're motivated to keep you, right? I mean, they have whole retention departments in some cases.
Yes, and with AI, it's about the prompt. So the prompt is what you tell the AI to do. And we've told our AI to be polite and say all the laws, but firm. So it will be polite, it's not going to be rude to them, but it will make sure it stands up for you.
See, people told me to do that too, but I don't always follow those rules, and that gets me in trouble. But AI is going to listen, right? If you tell AI to be polite, it'll probably be polite to the end no matter what.
Yeah, and it will mention laws, and it will mention, it will say, I'm thinking of switching to a competitor, right, and all of the things that get results.
Interesting. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. I know you started working on this 6 years ago. That's before AI really existed. I mean, ChatGPT just came out a little over a year ago. So what was the idea? What prompted this 6 years ago?
So I started, when I turned 18, I moved from England, my country, to study at Stanford. And I was a terrible driver and got all of these expensive parking tickets. And I learned something remarkable, which is if you know the right things to say, you can save a lot of money. So I started with tickets, and it was just templates back then. I found the top 12 reasons why parking tickets were canceled, and I built a robot that generates the template letters and sends it off to the government. What's really exciting now in the AI era is you can have these back and forth conversations. Right. And that's allowed us to go from one product, parking tickets, to over 100 today.
Well, and when you talk about AI, is this using existing AI, or did you guys train this AI specifically for dealing with these type of circumstances?
It's using a version of ChatGPT. So what's really exciting as an engineer is you don't have to have a PhD in AI to build really powerful tools, because you can tap into what the big companies like Microsoft and ChatGPT are using.
But does it really work? Is it really saving people money? Does it really do what it's supposed to do? Because that seems like the hard thing, right? The proof is in the pudding.
The thing is, these issues are so simple. To cancel a magazine subscription, they make you go in and chat and reject all of their offers, and the AI just keeps pushing through. And so this is not rocket science. This is just jumping through hoops to help everyday people.
And have you seen success with it actually negotiating bills down as well?
Yes, so we're negotiating thousands of bills every week now. Do Not Pay as a company has hundreds of thousands of happy customers, and we've been around for a while.
And what is the business model? Does this cost consumers a portion of the savings, or how does that work?
No, consumers keep 100% of the savings. It's a membership. It costs $18.
Okay, and I know there have been other services like this in the past, pre-AI. What makes what you guys are doing different than other companies that have done? I know there was a Facebook chat one for a while that did a similar service.
There are all these companies that do one thing. So there's one company that helps you with tickets. There's one company that lowers your bank fees. What we feel at Do Not Pay is no one wants to sign up to 100 different services. And so we're building a Costco membership where it's the Costco for AI fighting back, where we're doing hundreds of different things for you. And we're a very motivated team, and we spend all night just building these new robots to help people.
And it's $18 a month, I'm assuming. This is something that you
That's
see
right.
people subscribing to long term. Some people would say, wait a second, if I'm trying to save money, why do I want to pay 18 bucks a month? That just adds another bill to my list of bills.
That's true, but we have this expression in tech: if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. And we're aligned with our customers. We want to give the best possible experience so that people stay a customer and stay subscribing. There's no commitment. We don't sell any data. We don't have any ads. And we love to work for our customers rather than the big companies.
Do you think you can save them more than they're spending on the surface? Is that the goal?
Yes. So a single ticket could be in San Francisco $300. And so one of our products, it gets you refunds for in-flight Wi-Fi when the in-flight Wi-Fi doesn't work. And we see more than a 97% success rate for that product. So anyone can sign up, input their in-flight Wi-Fi receipts, and the subscription pays for itself, among many other examples.
What if I ask Do Not Pay to try to lower my Do Not Pay bill? Will that work?
It does actually work. Don't tell anyone, but our software, we built it as a joke. It will give you a discount, a real discount, even though it's a joke.
Like it. As you should, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, like, you guys should be able to negotiate with your own AI. Some of the things that you list on your website, things that Do Not Pay can do. Fight corporations. What is that? What do you mean by that?
Refunds, cancel subscriptions, negotiate bills, negotiate discounts, and things like that.
So that's kind of a big picture, fight corporations in kind of a lot of ways. And you mentioned finding hidden money. Is that through lowering bills, or are there other things that it does as well?
There are other things. So 1 in 7 Americans have money being held by the government that needs to be claimed. So if you think about a tax refund that wasn't claimed, or you overpaid your insurance company, they send it to the government, and everyone should go check these government websites to get to see if they have hidden money. And we've also built a tool that scrapes all these databases and checks for you.
Will you add more options, more features? I mean, is this something that's always evolving, adding more of these options? Because it seems like you've got a pretty long list of services that it works with right now.
Every day we're adding new things. I love what I do. I feel like I have the best job in the world, and we're constantly thinking, how can we use technology to fight back?
Would this be possible without AI?
AI has leveled us up. It's like a Pokemon character getting superpowers. We would have done some cool stuff even without AI, and we started the business before AI, but now it's really supercharged us.
Somehow you brought Pikachu into this conversation,
Yeah.
and I'm here for it. That's okay, nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you this. You know that these companies don't like this. Of course, they're not going to like this because, like you said, that's how they make their money, by people just kind of being okay with not having to give up the time. They're going to fight back. They're going to find ways to kind of fight back. Have you seen that yet? And if so, or if not, what's your strategy to deal with that?
The good news is these big companies and governments are making so much money that when they seriously start to be concerned, we know we've made a difference.
Yeah.
In New York City, they make over $1 billion a year with parking tickets. And the same is true even in smaller cities like Denver. And so we're really just a drop in the bucket. So if you have our tool, you're almost like getting an advantage over, unfortunately, a lot of other people who don't have the tool. We're constantly adapting, and we're more motivated than someone that works at Comcast. And so I think that has always allowed us to stay ahead, but it's an arms race for sure.
Do you have to support each utility, for example? Like my local, gas co-op might not be supported, or how does that work?
That's right. So we try and focus on national problems. Everyone has a cell phone subscription. Everyone has an internet subscription. Everyone travels on United, or some people do. And we're building out these integrations to work with as many companies as possible.
Cool. What's next? I mean, the AI just launched, a little over consumer AI, a little over a year ago. This is a tool that kind of backs off of AI. Are we just beginning this? Is there more to come?
We want to build the ultimate AI assistant that almost gets you money when you're not having to worry about it. So right now, someone comes to our product and they say, I've got a parking ticket, or I want this bill lowered, and our software works to help them. But wouldn't it be great if the AI is just looking at your emails and saying, while you were sleeping, I noticed this company charged you $50
Yes.
and I got you a refund. So we're going to be working on more proactive type products.
That would be great, actually, if it did that while I was sleeping. What has been the biggest challenge? So 6 years is not a short amount of time. What has been the biggest challenge in making this a reality?
The biggest challenge is we want to expand legal services. So these issues, there's not a lawyer who will get out of bed to help you with a refund. And because we're trying to expand legal services, there are some lawyers who say, this is not right. People shouldn't be able to help themselves. Only if they hire an expensive lawyer should they be able to help themselves.
So almost fighting back against the institutional structures that are already in place in many cases, especially when it comes to legal services, right?
Yeah, and we also have a lot of nasty people after us. We help people manage their privacy and delete data, and we've received legal threats from these data brokers who are saying, you're spamming us with too many requests. We're gonna sue you or send all these nasty letters if you don't fight back.
Yeah. What do you hope is the message that consumers take away from learning about your service, or what do you want them to know?
I think that the tools are available today. I would recommend everyone try out AI. Otherwise, it feels like we're being left behind. It feels like we're making years worth of progress every few months in AI. So please try it out one way or another.
And if you do, don't forget to ask it to negotiate your own bill down. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So we normally do tech reviews, tech unboxings. Sometimes we do interviews like this. Comment below. Let me know what you prefer. Do you like interviews like this? Should we do more of them? And we'd love it if you subscribe, join the channel, hang out with us. Lots of geeky stuff to come. I'm Kirk. Tech it before you wreck it.